Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Notorious Money Show. It is your host, Adrian Niño de Guzman. What do we learn about the story of the Tower of Babel in the Old Testament in the book of Genesis? We learn that God's people, who all in that time period had the same language, arrived to a common territory and land where they all united and settled and decided to build a tower so that they can reach heaven. They wanted the top of the tower to reach God and reach the heavens. God, seeing these efforts, comes down and has their languages confounded so that they would be confused and not be able to understand each other. And then all of the people separated and went and inhabited different lands. So what do we learn about this story? Whether you take it literally or you decide that it is mythology. Either way, we learn that in this story, the way to reach God is by small and simple steps, but not by building huge buildings that will take you to heaven. Humility is the moral of the story, that one must be humble to be elevated. One must lower himself to be elevated and recognize a higher power. In our financial plan, to eliminate debt, we must understand that by being humble and by being grateful towards the higher power, whatever that may be in your life, whether it is God or it's another being, another entity, another divinity, or another theology, whatever that may be, it's important to know that you must be humble and grateful for the things that we have. Now, that gratitude empowers us to know that every single dollar that we make in our income, all of the money, the paycheck that we earn, every single cent, we work so hard, and we have to be grateful to God for providing that, for giving us that daily bread. So with that daily bread, we must then attack and conquer our debt. Now, how to conquer debt? A couple of simple steps or a couple of methods that we can implement. The first being the snowball method, the most common of all methods, which means to attack the lowest balance of debt that you have by allotting all of the money that you can to that smallest debt to try to make a huge win, eliminate that small debt, and then the snowball starts to grow as you allocate the money that you paid off from that first debt to the next highest debt while doing minimum payments on the rest of them. After that, the avalanche method, which means that you actually look at all of the debt and all of the balances that you have and attack the debt with the highest interest rate, and then go on to the debt with the second highest interest rate, all by doing minimum payments on all of them. Then the third, debt consolidation, being able to actually get all of the credit card debt, the car payments, or just personal loans, whatever you have, bills, medical bills, hospital loans, whatever it may be, and consolidate it to one loan so that you can only have one payment on a fixed interest rate, and then you make a monthly payment on that loan balance. Now, for some people, that's actually pros and cons, because that might just be something psychological where you're just moving your debt into one, but you actually owe the same. But in a lot of circumstances, it keeps us organized and it keeps us focused into one debt, one loan where we can make a payment. So those are the three most common. Now the fourth, allow me to introduce the baptism and cleanse method. So for so many of us, we have already polluted our checking account. If we look at the bank statements, we are going to yell and scream and be shocked at what's coming out of our bank account. So much so that sometimes we don't even want to look at our transactions and statements. We just want to look at how much money we have in the account. Trust me, I know. I've had that experience in the past. So for you, something that you can do is to be able to close out that checking account. Move your direct deposit to a new bank account. Start fresh. Start over. Just like in the Bible, when God had to cleanse the earth and he brought the flood and the rain, and Noah was able to jump and build an ark and save everything that he could, all of the animals, all of the precious things of the earth. You have to switch your direct deposit or move your paycheck and deposit it into a new checking account so that you can save every single penny, all of the money that you make, put it in one place, and then move over the recurring subscriptions or the bills that are absolutely necessary. You will find that by just doing this movement, by creating this new account, this flood account, this Noah's Ark account, you'll be able to eliminate and automatically get rid of a lot of subscriptions that are debiting or on auto pay and taking out all of the money, all of the juice from your current checking account. Now, when doing this, I recommend finding a checking account that can actually give you a bonus or a high interest rate. A couple of the ones that I suggest and recommend are as follows. Laurel Road checking account. The Laurel Road checking account is an online bank and it's only MasterCard, which is probably the only con. But the pro is that when you move over your direct deposit to a Laurel Road checking account, you actually get a $100 bonus introductory rate for moving over your direct deposit. And then every time your direct deposit hits, they actually pay you $20 for the first couple of months. And then they pay you $10 every time you get a direct deposit in there. So if you have direct deposit, you will actually get paid a flat rate of $20 for the first couple of months. I think it's 3 to 5 months. And then after that, $10 a month for all the direct deposits that you get. So that's even better than some of the interest rates that you guys are earning. So definitely check that out. Go to Laurel Road. That's a great one. The second is Ally Financial. Why do I recommend Ally Financial? Because Ally Financial has a budgeting software with it where you can actually make buckets, spending buckets, and they actually call their checking account a spend account. So you can create buckets where you put the money into those buckets, and you basically are funding the things that you're going to be spending on, right? Like groceries, food, clothing, whatever it may be. You fund it, you fund the bucket, right? And then as you're spending, the bank Ally will actually code or categorize your transaction by when you swipe your card, it'll categorize it and take the money out of the buckets. So that one is really great and it gives you great visibility into your account. Then the third is your local credit union. I always suggest, especially in this crazy world when we're heading into a recession and all of the big banks are taking over the world and are screwing us over, you know what? Go support a local credit union that is in your state. A lot of times they give you high interest rate or they give you introductory rates and offers that are really good, and they will work with you and be more flexible with your payments, and even your minimum payments. They tend to offer a lower minimum payment than the bigger banks if you do have an outstanding balance. So go check out your local credit union. Fourth, SoFi. SoFi, they actually give you a little bit higher interest than the 0.001% that JP Morgan Chase and Bank of America offer you. And they also offer a $300 introductory rate currently. So I would definitely check out SoFi. They also have a budgeting software that they kind of go hand in hand within the SoFi platform. So you can just kind of plan and categorize and start spending, but know where your money is going. So definitely recommend SoFi. And then fifth is the Discover Cashback Debit checking account. So by spending your own cash instead of credit and having to use a credit card and getting more loans and more debt, you actually just use your checking account and you make some cash back. Total of 1% cash back for a max of $3,000. But for many of us, we're spending a lot of money, whether it's from groceries or recurring bills, things that we need in our life, right? Light, gas, water. So you might be able to get a lot of cash back there every single month automatically, and it's something that helps, and you can apply that cash back to the debt that you currently have. Those are the 5 that I recommend. So guys, remember, it's all fueled by gratitude, by understanding that the money that you are blessed with right now is coming from a higher power. And remember to stay humble and to attack your debt being grateful for the money that you are making, but knowing that you must pay debt. And I just want to leave you guys with a quote from the Bible that says, "The wicked borrow and do not repay, but the righteous give generously." As soon as we eliminate debt, you will start to give generously. You will start to give like rich people. But now is the time to learn to pay off your debt and to also start giving, which we'll talk about on the next episode of Notorious Money. It's your boy Adrian. Hey, give me a like, give me a follow there. So please subscribe if you like this content. We'll see you guys next time.